Hey guys, again, it's me. It's Damien. I'm back. I've got a video tonight. Excuse me. I've had a seriously dry throat tonight. I'm going to do my fourth and final video for the evening. This is something that a lot of new sellers to Etsy may not be thinking about, but it's definitely going to affect your bottom line if you don't make it something that you're aware of on a regular basis. If you're hand making products, there's a lot of challenges that come to selling a product, packaging it, shipping it, marketing the item online, etc., etc. So there's a lot that goes into what you sell, but you got to be sure and you got to be paying attention constantly. This is something that I initially, when I first started, I wasn't paying attention, but something that I know of now. It's the product cost, what it costs you to produce a product. If you're getting materials and you're putting together a product, and let's say you've got 7 different suppliers that you rely on to produce one product, they can all vary in pricing, and something that you need to be on top of nonstop is your costs. Let's say it starts off in January 1st of next year. You've got your 7 suppliers and their prices went up, and you've got 2 of them that almost doubled in price for one of the items that you use. Always keep in mind to double check and see what those price increases have done as far as the cost of your products, so you can keep raising you have to increase the price of your item as those costs go up. If you do this professionally as a seller and you're not familiar with it, it's definitely something to be aware of. If you're new to selling online and you're putting stuff together, you're creating a product that you're reselling, always be aware of your suppliers' increase in cost, and that should trickle into your pricing and your price point. Your margins can be affected in a very big way if you don't stay on top of that. So just as an example, as a hypothetical, if you have a type of necklace that you're going to put together and you've got beads, you've got pendants, and you've got all of the different supplies that go into making that, and it costs $15 for you to make it, and you're charging $49.99 for it, but it ends up going from $15 to $17 or $18, you've got a $2 or $3 difference that has increased. Always be aware of that increase so you can adjust your rate, adjust your margins to stay in line with what you want to make as a profit. It's very, very small thing, but it's definitely a factor that would play a big role in what you're going to make as far as a profit. A lot of, how do I say this? We've been selling on Etsy now for several years, and we are aware of our profit and the margins, of course, but we stay on top of that as well for our ingredients that we make for our items, which are edible items. But there's a lot of new sellers that open up shops, and I see their prices are pretty much the same and constantly throughout the year, and then going into next year, they're still the same. I know for us, we have some of the ingredients that actually go down, but then I've got some that go up, and they go up more than 2 or 3 times. So even with that decrease in one part of an item, one part of an ingredient, and an almost triple increase in another, you've got to adjust for that. If you're not aware of it, or if you are not conscious of it, and you continue to produce a product, and you're wondering, well, why am I making less money now? The cost of your product ingredients, or the items that you're bringing together to create an item, those need to be adjusted. So it's a real simple tip. It's something that a lot of new sellers aren't aware of, but I would definitely keep that in the back of your mind. And as your shop grows, and then you begin to add more items, and you've got even more suppliers. You get into a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen different suppliers. Keep a log. You can keep a book, like, for instance, something like this. Just a simple even as if it's a composition book. Write down all of those incremental increases, those little small increases, and find out. I would probably do it every 3 months. If you're dealing with a supplier and their prices are going up 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and they keep going up, I think you need to probably find a different supplier. Traditionally, every quarter or every 6 months, there's a lot of manufacturers who supply people with different parts and materials. Those prices will go up incrementally over that span of time. 6 months, maybe every quarter. But if you've got it going up 3 or 4 times a year, it's best to really find a different supplier for what you're doing. Sorry about that. So definitely think about that. Keep it in the back of your mind. If you have a lot of different suppliers that are moving their prices upward, be sure to be aware of that and to adjust your pricing accordingly. so that you don't lose out on your profit or your margins. Even if you're a small seller, it makes no difference. If you've got 10 items or if you got 1,000 items, it doesn't matter. Every little bit, when you're in business, of course you're in the business to make money. Every little bit of incremental increase in your suppliers are going to take away from your bottom line. So I hope that helps you. If you can subscribe to our channel, don't supply to our channel. If you have any questions, let me know. If I can help you out with anything, thanks guys.